Theater in Las Vegas, Nevada, here's our host, Allison Hannigan.
Welcome to Penn Teller Fool Us. Some of you may remember me from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Thank you. Oh, my character was a powerful sorceress. Of course, on that show, all the magic I did used camera tricks and special effects. This show is completely different. Everything you see is performed live with no sneaky edits or cheating, which makes it that much more amazing. And here they are now, two real-life sorcerers, Penn and Teller. Take your seats, gentlemen. Woo! As always, Penn and Teller have no idea who any of the performers are ahead of time. So let's give them their first surprise.
Hi, my name is Brett Loudermilk. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I do unusual things with my body. If you were to take two words to describe what I do, it would be the word beautiful and the word disaster. And you put those together, and it sort of gives you an idea of who I am and what I like to present. I think I'm a weirdo, but I'm well-adjusted. I think if somebody that doesn't know me comes to see me, and they see me walk out on stage in a suit, and then they see what I do, it's a total 180. Hold on. What? I don't know what's happening. I think a lot of people would say what you're about to see is hard to swallow.
Ready to duel Penn and Teller? Please welcome Brett Loudermilk.
My name is Brett Loudermilk. I am a sword swallower. Not really that proud of it, but it's a job, so that's what we're here to do. Let's go ahead and get started with this one right here. Now I'm gonna need a woman from the, actually, Allison, I'm gonna use you. You're gonna help me with this. We're gonna swallow a sword.
We?
I.
Okay.
I am gonna swallow a sword. Stand right over here for me.
Oh, all right.
Allison, I'm gonna place the sword into my throat and let go.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm gonna hold it there. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'll hold it in place with the muscles of my esophagus. I'll let go. I'll snap my fingers, open everything up. The sword's then gonna drop down the rest of the way by itself. It's gonna bump past my heart, squeeze in between my lungs, end up somewhere in the fallopian tubes. Once that happens, I'm gonna bend myself into halves. I will turn towards you, Allison, and I will wink. When I wink, you're gonna grab the sword and pull it out of me.
Oh.
Allison.
I might be on the floor by then.
That'll be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do this, or this, or one of these. If you do this, I will die. Everyone here will say you did it. Do you understand? Good.
I don't know if I'm the right person for this.
I don't know if you are either.
Okay.
Okay. You want to practice?
I don't.
We are. Okay, yeah. Sword will be inside my body. You will not see the blade. You understand?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, all right, here we go. I will then bend over. When I wink, what do you do?
Throw up. All right.
3, 2, grab.
Oh, God.
And pull.
All right.
Just like that. Yes, perfect, perfect.
Okay.
No, that was good.
Do I have to look?
You need to look.
Oh, God.
You need to look.
All
If
right.
you don't look, I will die.
Okay.
When
Has this ever gone wrong? Like,
Yes.
To your friends,
It's
obviously.
probably today.
Oh,
okay,
geez.
here we go.
It'll be good for the ratings.
Here we go. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Allison! Yes! Yes! Thank you.
Okay.
Go away.
Well, thank
Go
you.
away. Sword swallowing is basically the same thing over and over again. The sword goes in, it comes out, I go home and cry about my life choices. So I have decided to bring along this one right here. This sword is what we call in the business a wiggly one. Now, because of its shape, when I swallow the blade, you're gonna see it through my throat. As it goes in, as it comes out, it's gonna do a little bit of a dance. You ready? Yeah? Okay. Four of you. Good. one of these. I got this thing right here. This is an English cabinet maker's screwdriver from 1865. I just wanted to show you that. Because this next one is curved, as some of them are. Because of the shape of this sword, when I swallow it, I have to bend myself into the shape of it so that it doesn't puncture anything inside that it's not supposed to, which is everything. Here we go. Yes! I just swallowed a curved sword! Come on! Yeah! You can't do it. Now, I'm often asked if there are any practical applications to sword swallowing aside from the obvious. And there are. There are. This is a giant cutting board. This is rice. Gonna take a mouthful of this. Some rice, some seaweed. Very nutritious, very delicious. And of course, a bowl of fish. Oh, sorry you had to see that. And of course, with all those things, we also have a giant sushi knife. Allison, sushi, it's time to eat.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to eat. There you go.
Wow.
Is that real sushi?
Yeah.
Eat it.
Well,
Eat it.
You
Put it in your mouth. Eat it. Eat it.
Teller will.
Just smell it. Smell it. It's real sushi. Okay.
It's great.
You guys want it?
Teller
Yeah?
will eat
All right.
anything. That is real sushi, everyone. What? Loudermilk. Okay.
Hi.
That was disturbing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were probably the worst assistant I've ever had.
Yeah, I could have told you that. Why would you pick me? For a knife, anything.
I don't know. I thought you could handle it, and I was wrong. Yeah.
No,
You did it.
Yeah.
You did a great job. I didn't die.
I'm glad I didn't kill you.
They loved it.
I'm very, very glad. Yeah.
Good.
You had me very nervous. I think it's time we just go to Penn and Teller.
Sounds
All
good
right.
to me.
Penn, Teller, put me out of my misery.
Okay. Brett, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I got to tell you, the good news is it's not a trick. Many people think sword swallowing is a trick. It's not a trick. You did it for real.
Absolutely.
The bad news is it's not a trick.
Yeah.
I have done sword swallowing.
I know, yeah.
And I did it very, very badly. And
Yeah.
I did the stupid thing of trying to learn it on video with someone teaching me in a very short period of time. Then I did real damage to myself.
Yeah.
It's a wicked hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And you do it just absolutely beautifully. Sushi's real at the end.
Sushi's
Sword
real.
swallowing's real. There's one trick in the middle. I'm going to say a few words to you very quickly. Load, foam, switch.
Done.
Guess you're not going to tell us that.
Yeah, don't worry about
But the
it.
sword
right.
swallowing is all real.
Okay, so you didn't fool him, but you grossed me out. And
Perfect.
yeah, so thank you, Brett Loudermilk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh. Okay. Let me use my mind reading skills. Think of a commercial. Got it? Now I will show it to you. We'll be back. Welcome back to Penn and Teller Fool Us. I can't wait to believe my eyes even less. So let's meet our next potential fooler.
I'm Dan Harlan, and I'm a creative genius. I grew up in the theater. What I didn't know at the time was that my mom had been a magician's assistant before I was born. She had performed some amazing magic for us as kids, but I really didn't know where her magic came from. One of her best tricks, I think, was to produce a bar of soap from behind my ear to get me to take my bath. I think that's the real magic of a mother right there. Tonight I'll be performing one of my inventions. It's the most popular card trick of the modern age. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Penn and Teller already know how this trick is done, but I've got a twist for them.
Our next performer first hit the stage when he was 2 years old. I wonder if he regrets all the time he wasted for the first 23 months of his life. Please welcome Dan Harlan.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I'm a creator of magic, and I wanted to share with you one of my favorite creations that's also been very popular with magicians around the world. Something I came up with 25 years ago. And it uses this deck of cards on which I've drawn a picture, a little stick figure magician. Now, I haven't just drawn him on this card, I've actually drawn him on all of the cards, and all of those pictures are a little bit different. So that if I do this, he appears to move. He reaches up, takes off his hat, and he's about to pull something out, but you know, I don't want you to see what that is yet, because I'm gonna need a card named. Now, I could just ask Penn to name a card, but he would say the 3 of clubs, most likely, and I'm gonna use the time-honored traditional committee method. Now, since I don't know anyone here, I'm just gonna select somebody, and I'm gonna toss my little friend here. He's for good luck. His name is Bones. Here we go. Oh, right next to you. Can you get him? Yeah, fantastic. Will you stand for me, please? Hi. And what is your name?
Erica.
Erica, here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to imagine that you have an invisible deck of cards, and you've separated them for some reason or another into the red cards on one side and the black cards on the other side. So you have 2 imaginary piles there, and what I'd like you to do is to select one of them to keep. Whatever you choose is what we'll use. So would you like the red cards or the black cards?
The red card.
The red cards? Well, then we'll take the black cards and just toss them away. Do the same thing in your mind. Now, I'd like you to take Bones and hand him to the person next to you. And thanks, you may be seated. Thank you so very much. And would you please stand for me? Hi, and applause for her as well. And what's your name?
Troy Netta.
Troy Netta?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, terrific. Okay, so Troy Netta, your choice is a little more limited. We've got the red cards here, and you're going to imagine separating them into the hearts and the diamonds. And then you're going to choose which ones we keep. Same as your friend. So would you like the hearts or the diamonds?
The hearts.
The hearts. Well, I've forgotten which side we put them on, so it's all imagination anyway. We'll just toss those and call these the hearts. Would you do me a favor and then hand Bones to the person next to you? And thank you so much. You may be seated. And sir, stand up. This applause is for you. What's your name, sir?
Scott.
So, Scott, your choice is a little more complicated than the first 2, but I'm sure you're way ahead of me here. You're going to, in your imagination, spread out the cards. These are the hearts. So we have 13 of them, and you're going to choose just one to keep, all from the obvious ace to the desirable jack, queen, and king, or all of the numbers in between. It really is your choice. Which one of those should we keep?
The 10 of hearts.
The 10 of hearts. So in your imagination, I want you to separate out, I'm not sure exactly, I think it's right about there. You separate out all the other cards and you toss them aside, leave the 10 of hearts right out in the open like that. That's fantastic. And then toss Bones up to me. Not bad. Oh, almost. Again, don't be concerned about him. It's his job. He's gonna watch the rest of this from right here in my pocket. Now, if I remember correctly, you've all decided on the 10 of hearts, yes? And you won't be surprised that there is, in fact, a 10 of hearts in this deck. And so I'm going to replace your imagination with something very, very real. An actual card, the 10 of hearts, so that we don't forget which one you've chosen. And now, Let's see the magician perform. He reaches up. He takes off his hat. He reaches inside. Now, most people expect him to pull out a rabbit. And those do look like ears, but they're not. Those are the corners of a folded card. When he pulls it out all the way, it unfolds, and he takes a look at it. And he looks pretty happy, because when he turns it over, it is the 10 of hearts. The very same one.
Wow, Dan Harlan, everyone! Wow.
Hi, Allison.
Fantastic.
Well, thanks. Thanks very much.
And I love your drawings.
Well, thanks, yeah.
I'm a big fan of stick figure drawings.
Oh, yeah, well, me too, obviously, right?
So you invent magic
I
tricks.
sure do, yep.
And then they sell like hotcakes.
Well, many of them do. You know, the way it is with inventions, some sell better than others. You've got to
Right.
keep at it until you come up with something good.
But you have, if I'm not mistaken, the magic trick that sold the most out of any magic tricks?
That would be this one right here.
That's so cool. And then you decided to bring it on to fool Penn and Teller?
Sure, you know.
What if they bought it?
It's very likely that they know this trick. As a matter of fact, I brought it on because it's my first chance to perform it on television for everybody, and I really wanted to do something that's close to my heart.
Okay, well, it's time to go to the boys.
How many tricks can someone get in magic that they can buy in a shop and that they can learn and is good enough to destroy people on national TV? Absolutely destroy them. Every magic trick I see, I get sick to death of. I've seen this thing probably 100 times. I love it every time, but I've never seen the creator do it.
Yeah.
Fabulous, wonderful, just wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. Well,
And you didn't fake us out with a reach under the table either. Go ahead.
No, I didn't, right?
It's a perfect use of a deck of cards. And I also love the little inside thing that in gambling parlance, to look for marked cards, you flip through them and it's called going to the movies.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you
too.
made that real.
Yeah. Now, I do have to say one thing though, and you may not like this, but because of what you've said, I absolutely have to say it. This deck of cards, I drew it especially for this show. And there isn't anything unusual about the cards at all. As a matter of fact, these cards, all of them, just have the drawings that reveal just the 10 of hearts and only the 10 of hearts, and it worked.
What? What does that mean?
It means that you guys.
Wait, they're inspecting.
Yeah.
May I pick them up?
And
Wow!
for your very own,
Wow!
you may keep them. I don't know how you'll divide them.
Wow! That's amazing! Beautifully done at every level. Just perfect.
Thank you. Oh, so nice, so
That
nice.
is so incredible. Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
So fast. Oh, thanks again, man. That's beautiful. Just so beautiful.
Bye.
Wow! Wow!
I bet two people on this stage feel a little less smart right now. Penn and Teller are fooled. We'll let them recover during this commercial break. Welcome back to Fool Us. And so far tonight, one magician has managed to fool our dynamic duo. Let's see if we can go for two as we meet our next performer.
My name is Ryan Joyce. I'm a magician and an illusionist. I come from a small country called Canada. I view magic kind of like a first date. Like at first I try to win people over with my wit and charm. And then I try to use my hands to impress them. Then I discovered videography, something that I absolutely loved. I didn't see the connection between filmmaking and magic. They organically happened to come together. I was constantly thinking about how I wanted to shoot this and how I wanted to bring a new perspective over here with the camera. And then at the end of it, oh, by the way, there's a real cool magic visual.
Is from Canada, and he's a boot to blow your mind. Please welcome Ryan Joyce.
I've always wanted a magician-sized hamster wheel.
Well, I would say so, but how big are the hamsters in Canada? Jeez.
Too big.
Yeah. So you haven't done this for 6 years, you said?
Yeah, I stopped doing the Big Illusion tours, and this is the first time we've done this in 6 years together on this very stage, so it's an honor.
So is this a reunion for you and your assistant?
It is. We haven't been together in 6 years, so she's so talented, and I think you'll agree. She's...
Yes, amazing. So like, when you're not using this, do you use it like as a TV stand or something?
Yeah, it sits in the kitchen.
Oh, right. And you do a lot of work for charity as well, right?
Yeah, but we do for children's groups and firefighters and police organizations, all that. So we've raised over $2 million for charities across Canada.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I love that. That's amazing. And then I also hear that people say that you look like Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah, I travel on ships all the time, cruise ships now, and everyone says I look like Kevin Bacon, which would make me Canadian bacon.
Yes. Right. Perfect. All right, well, I think we've given them enough time to talk amongst themselves, so let's see whether or not you fooled them. Gentlemen?
Boy, this is a good trick. And this uses a couple of principles that I don't think we've seen put together before. I want to say this a little bit carefully, but I'm not going to use any code. We're just going to say it outright. Light doesn't always come from where you think it's coming from. There's assumptions that we make as audience members about where things are and how they run. And the assumption is so strong and so true and so visceral that even though we knew it, you can't get your monkey brain to see it wrong. It's wonderful. Another thing that gave us a little bit of a hint that Teller will elaborate on more is the footwear. You know, the combination of one of the assistants wearing big clunky boots and the other assistant being barefoot and being small helped it so that we could have this. And Teller's going to show you a little piece of art. You know, Teller does wonderful drawings. Here's a piece of art right here, which you won't look at. We're just going to look at this. This is nice tissue paper over here, isn't it?
You
Isn't this
said
really
you weren't
attractive?
talking in code?
No, we weren't. We gave it straight out. We laid it straight out. But you see it right here. And now Teller's going to sign this for you. Wonderfully done, man. Thanks so much.
So
Thank
you're
you.
clear that they didn't,
Absolutely,
they were not
absolutely.
fooled.
Thank you.
And they weren't
Brilliant,
talking in
thank you.
code, but I have no idea what they were saying. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ryan Joyce. Thank you. More Fool Us on the way, including something from the legends themselves, Penn and Teller. Stick around. Welcome back to Penn and Teller Fool Us, where you get the most magic bang for your buck. Now let's meet our next magician.
Kyle was anxious about doing this interview, so he asked me, his therapist, to do it instead. The best way to describe Kyle is that he's someone who learned all his social skills from books, written by people who learned all their social skills from books. Kyle's been performing magic since the age of 10. Kyle does magic because he has a latent and persistent compulsion to lie. To help Kyle overcome stage fright, we intend to build him up gradually. First, he'll perform for inanimate objects, then fish, then parrots, then flamingos, and then finally asbestos. I think that Kyle will be able to perform for Penn and Teller. The therapy has never failed, and I have no doubt that he will flourish. Well, thank you for the interview, and I wish him the best tomorrow. Good night. Who was that?
As his bio states, our next act emerged from his mother 23 years ago, covered in amniotic fluid. Well, I can't think of a more beautiful introduction myself, so please welcome the young and recently showered Kyle Eschen.
So obviously, I'm a magician. I think that's the third best thing about me. The second being my hygiene. The first being the fact that I'm not an arsonist. I got my start at children's birthday parties. I'd say clever things like, "Hey kids, which hand holds the shrimp?" Wrong, you're all flawed human beings. They all loved me, though not everyone has been so enamored with my act. For instance, and this is a true story, after one show, a woman walked up to me and said, "You're rather socially awkward on stage. Do you have Asperger's?" And I thought that was a strange question to ask, because that's usually my pickup line. Now that the persona has been established, we can proceed with a rather disappointing miracle that requires the assistance of a member of the audience. If you, sir, would mind joining me on stage, let's have a round of applause for him as he makes his way out. Thank you very much for coming up here. If you wouldn't mind just standing here. No one likes to be summoned from the crowd to assist a magician, so I do appreciate it. This trick requires a very special prop, which I keep in a very special place. my pocket. Now, I know you were expecting me to pull something out of your ear, but in fact, I did the opposite. I put something in. You'll discover in about a week's time when it hatches. Magicians are terrible at dating, so we need some mechanism by which to pass on our genes. Who knew that magicians reproduced in the same manner as the African botfly? The real secrets of magic revealed. We have here a rather unusual deck of cards, blank but for a list of my favorite things. I'll rattle some of them off. We have here waffles, beans, liver, lint, wood chips, doorknobs, bleach, pollen, the usual suspects. The important point is that they're all distinct. There are no duplicates among them. I actually have a compelling theatrical motivation for having these, but I'm going to skip that because nobody cares. We require one of these cards to be picked, one item to be picked. So as I run my thumb down the side of the deck, please just say stop anytime.
Stop.
Here?
Yep.
Please hold out your palm up. I will deal you that card. And please cup your other hand beneath, as if holding water, or perhaps bile. My favorite emulsifier, though I don't think I'm alone in that. Notice, by the way, I say water, he cups his hand one way, or bile, there's a slight shift in posture. Say what you will about this guy, but this is a man who understands fluid dynamics. And that is the most important quality a human being can have. So I just want you to know that. We have here a silk handkerchief, the last remaining prop, and I will non-verbally display the fact that it is empty by flinging it several times toward the gentleman. Now that I've established dominance, I will reveal the name of the item selected. And you might not be able to tell this at home, but the mood in this theater is tense. Lentils. You picked lentils. Now, earlier I warned that this was going to be a disappointing trick, but even I cannot anticipate the extent. Please keep your hands cupped, sir, and rivet your attention to the handkerchiefs. Watch. As cascading forth, we find the birth of lentils. Lentils by the billions, streaming forward. You may keep this as a token of gratitude for coming up here. Thank you very much for your help, sir. You go back to your seat. My name is Kyle Eschen. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm certainly glad he didn't pick liver. That would have been gross. Hi, so you won't be upset if I don't call you for my daughter's birthday party, right?
I will not.
Okay, good. You seem like a happy guy, huh?
Ecstatic.
Yeah, I could tell. And what actually brought you into magic? Like, when did you decide that's what you wanted to do?
A family friend showed me a card trick, and he would not tell me how it was done. So in retaliation, I spent 13 years learning the craft.
That's commitment. Is this like your character? Or is this who you are?
I toned down the awkwardness for the stage.
Good to know. All right, cool. One last thing before we go to the guys.
Yes.
Do you have any recipes that you can do with the lentils?
I eat lentils dry, although they're good seasoned with a little bit of saline.
Gentlemen?
We love you.
Thank you.
And we are going to be seeing you everywhere for the rest of our lives. You're going to do one. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. There's no doubt about that. I really don't want to talk at all about the magic, although I love the fact, and this will serve you very well for the rest of your life, that you are able to stand with your hands as though you were palming something, even when you're not palming something. It's very natural for you. That'll be very, very useful. But I want to say that you did something truly impossible and truly amazing here. The best thing we can say about you is you are doing something that many, many magicians try to do and very few pull off, and that is, whether you fool anybody or not, you are funny. Really funny.
So obviously that compliment is better than any trophy, right? I mean,
That is true.
all right.
It's a worthwhile trade-off.
Right, but you know that you probably didn't fool them, but
Not at all.
that they might become a trio with you. No, maybe.
You're just
No.
so funny, so great.
Yes, you are so amazing, so wonderfully amusing, and slightly scary, but we love you. Okay, so thank you, Kyle Eschen. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll see Penn and Teller in action. Tonight, we close our show with something special. Here to do a trick with Penn and Teller is a mega movie star who's playing the world's greatest magician in the summer blockbuster, Now You See Me Too. Ladies and gentlemen, Penn Teller and Jesse Eisenberg.
Listen, and you stay right here. And you're a little bit mistaken. We're not doing a trick with him. We're each going to do a trick for you.
Oh.
Each one of us going to do a trick. There's no one-upmanship involved. This is just us all just doing a trick. I've got a deck of cards here. We'll all share this deck, and I'll give them a little shuffle. And I'm going to go first, if that's okay. Is that okay? I'm going to tell you, just say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Right about halfway through. Take a look at that card. Look at it. Focus on it. Concentrate on it.
Okay.
Get it clear in your head. See if I can figure out what your card is. It's going into my head. It's going down my neck. And is that your card?
Yes, it's Queen of Spades.
Queen of Spades.
Yes.
The Queen of Spades. The Queen of Spades. And there it is right there. Teller, take it away. Teller wants you to just name a number between like 5 and 15. A number that you like there.
9.
9. Gonna count off 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now look at that card.
Yes.
Get that card clear in your head.
I've got it.
Teller's gonna make that card magically appear on his body. Watch this, Allison. You know what the card is, right?
Yes.
And is that your card, the 5 of hearts?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess I did a better trick than he did, didn't I? Not the 5 of hearts? Maybe it's the 7 of hearts?
No.
Is it the 9? Oh, it's the 10 of hearts. Is that your card?
Yes.
The 10 of hearts?
Oh.
Okay, mega movie star. Give it a shot.
Okay, thanks.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay,
Movie star doing a card trick.
I know there's no one-upsmanship, but
No.
can I outdo you?
Oh,
Is that okay?
give it a shot.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Okay, okay, so choose any card.
Okay.
Except that one. No,
Okay.
it's okay. We can choose that one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you feel confident in that card?
I hope so.
Okay, because I
Yes.
don't. Okay,
Oh, no.
so you hold that, because I can only do one thing at a time. Okay, now show the audience here that card.
Okay.
And don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
And now, okay, now you can tell me what that card was.
Okay, 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I have the 7 of diamonds actually tattooed on me as well. Yes.
Oh my God.
Isn't that incredible?
That's
That is incredible.
Good, really good, Jesse.
Thank you so much. So,
Here he plays.
did I win the show?
Now You See Me Too.
Thank you so much.
You
Did I-
play a magician. You're
Yes, and
a
now
wonderful actor.
And
Jesse
now
Eisenberg's a great actor.
I could do that, and now I could do magic like perfectly.
Well, you do magic.
Yeah.
You're an actor who plays a magician in a movie.
And now I won your TV show. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No, we brought you on.
Because it's not even like my main thing, and like I won it.
It's
though.
not your main
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
But,
And it's such an honor to now win.
no, well, you didn't actually win. You were out here as a mega movie star. You weren't out here to.
Who then transcended that and now won.
I think we have a pretty good idea
What?
how you did that.
How, oh,
I'm not going to say it.
well,
you
no,
know.
tell me. How did I do it? How did I do it? I had a tattoo of her exact card on my ankle area.
Yes, you did. And we think
You fooled
it's
me.
possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm more
It's
concerned
possible-
About, but yeah, thank you.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
possible that you have, how do I say this polite? More than one tattoo on your body. Maybe you have 52 tattoos
Oh, I see.
on your body.
Right. No, so you think like she said the 7 of diamonds and I remembered that it was there?
7 diamonds, yeah.
Yeah. No, that would be like a really clever...
And you could maybe open your chest, you could roll up your sleeve,
Right,
and you
I
might
see.
have other...
Yeah, because no, I actually do have 52 cards
okay,
tattooed
so
on my body.
you didn't fool us. That's...
But actually, they're all the same. They're all the same. They're all the 7 of diamonds. Yeah. You know, I do. Actually, I have them all over my body. Yeah, this one I got at camp. It was like a hazing ritual. This one, actually, my mother tattooed on me. I actually have one here. Yes. This one I actually got on my 18th birthday. Yes. It's kind of a gift. Yes, actually, I got one here. I got one there. I got one here. This one's actually a birthmark, but the rest are all tattoos. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a real magician
Thank
too,
you very
Jesse.
much.
Nicely done.
Thank you so much.
Jesse Eisenberg, now you see me too, movie star and great magician.
Jesse